All right, today we're diving into something really interesting. We're looking at a brand new venture that isn't just trying to build another neobank. Nope, they're talking about architecting the entire future of finance. And we've got the blueprint, from the very first sketch all the way to the boardroom. Let's get into it.
The project's founder starts with this massive statement, and it really sets the tone, doesn't it? We're not talking about minor adjustments here. This is about a fundamental, ground-up shift in how we even think about wealth. Moving away from these stagnant physical things to liquid, digital tokens that can fly across the globe in an instant.
So, who's the person drawing up these plans? Well, meet Victor Njoh Anjeh, but in the innovation world, he's better known as Don Lion. It's a persona that's all about leadership and a real hunger to pioneer new territory. He's the one charting the course through this huge financial transformation.
Okay, so how does a huge idea like this actually start to become real? It all begins with what's called the Sigma blueprint. And I mean this literally. This whole project went from simple sketches in a notebook to full-blown presentations in San Francisco boardrooms.
What's really fascinating about this, though, is the how. Project Sigma is being built completely out in the open. It's like a living, breathing archive of what it actually takes to build a fintech company from absolute scratch. That kind of transparency is rare, and it's all designed to bring you right along for the ride.
And look, this isn't just talk. We're seeing real, tangible milestones. The journey kicks off with those initial notebook ideas, but then it gets this huge validation from programs like the Founder Institute and Funding Lab. Each step just adds another layer of credibility and pushes it closer to a full-scale launch.
So now, let's pop the hood and see what's really making this thing go. What's the core technology powering this neobank? Well, it's something they're calling the RAT revolution. And believe me, it is the engine driving this entire project.
This slide does a fantastic job of breaking down a pretty complex idea. Real World Asset Tokenization, or RWAT for short, is all about taking real-world things, like a building or a priceless piece of art, and basically converting them into digital tokens. All of a sudden, an asset that was impossible to sell quickly can be traded on a blockchain just as easily as a stock. And the process itself is surprisingly straightforward. First, you identify an asset, then you digitize it and verify who owns it. Next, you create a unique digital token for it. And bam, just like that, you unlock its value. It's no wonder the founder calls this stuff liquid digital gold. But just tokenizing assets is only part of the story. The next layer is what really acts as an accelerator, this powerful synergy between artificial intelligence and crypto. This is such a great comparison. On one hand, you have the legacy systems we all know. They can be slow, you can't always see what's going on, and everything runs through a central point. Project Sigma's model is the complete opposite. It's optimized by AI, so it's fast, it's built to be transparent, and it's decentralized, which gets rid of those single points of failure. And the key here is that AI isn't just some buzzword they're throwing around. It's actually in the background, using neural networks to make the whole decentralized finance system smarter. Think about it. It could analyze market data to make a trade at the perfect moment, or predict liquidity needs to keep transactions flowing smoothly. That's something the old systems just can't do. Okay, so you've got this incredible tech in place, but how do you build a business that lasts? Well, the long-term vision is all about creating a serious competitive advantage, or what the startup world likes to call a moat. You see, this whole venture is just one piece of a much larger mission, and that's being driven by Victor's firm, Vector Capital Partners. The goal isn't just about launching one product, it's about making a real impact, building a whole community of visionaries, and ultimately leading the charge into the next era of finance.
So the core strategy isn't just to be the first to market. It's way smarter than that. It's about building this moat made of intellectual property. We're talking about things like patents on their tokenization process, or maybe proprietary AI algorithms that give them a totally unique edge that no one can copy.
And this quote from Don Line, man, it just perfectly captures their whole position in the market. He looks at the traditional banks and sees them as too slow. Then he looks at the new crypto startups and sees them as too fragmented. Project Sigma wants to be the bridge that connects the stability of the old world with the raw innovation of the new one. Which, of course, brings us to the final part of this breakdown, an open invitation. This is for you, the venture capitalists, the fintech fans, the builders out there, an invitation to actually get involved. So the question is pretty simple, really. Are you going to watch this massive shift in wealth happen from the sidelines? Or are you going to be a part of building the future of finance?
And for anyone who's ready to jump in, the paths are super clear. You can get on the waitlist for Project Sigma for early access. If you're a potential investor or partner, you can submit inquiries directly. Or you can simply subscribe and follow the whole build in public journey as it happens.
And that's really the story of Project Sigma. It's a project that is both incredibly ambitious and so refreshingly transparent. It's a great reminder that the future of finance might not be decided in some stuffy boardroom, but right there in the pages of a simple notebook. It just makes you wonder, what are you going to write in yours?